This case involves a cancer patient, police, and pot. Check it out.
This is what when you have stage 4 pancreatic cancer, all my tribe mates. Here they are.
A Missouri man fighting cancer says his rights were violated when police searched his hospital room after they suspected he might have marijuana, and his Facebook Live video went viral.
Hi guys.
We got a call saying that there's marijuana.
I smell marijuana. So marijuana whenever I walk into the room.
Okay.
And there is no way they could smell it, Doc, because I don't smoke it. I don't ever use a ground up plant. It's an oil that I use in a capsule.
THC
Okay.
So there's no smoking it. I take it like a pill.
Well, no, we have not found
I put
anything,
olive
but
oil in.
he's got another bag that he's...
Do you guys, just from a legal standpoint, do you have probable cause to search his stuff? Do you have the right to search his stuff, or do you need a warrant for that?
No, we have the right. He's on private property.
Frustrated that officers were looking through his final day's belongings, which reportedly included THC and CBD capsules. The man defended himself by mentioning the state had recently legalized medical marijuana.
Medically in Missouri, it's really legal now. They just haven't finished the paperwork.
Okay, well then it's still
But I
legal.
don't have time to wait for that,
Just
man. What would
listen.
you do? Tell me what you'd do.
I'm not
If
in
it
that
was your only-
situation, so I'm not gonna play the what-if games.
You've never said you'd do anything to save your life. You'd do anything to save your life.
Marijuana saves
If you
your
had
life?
5 kids, it's the only choice I got to live, man.
Ultimately, cops found nothing and no citations were issued. But did they do the right thing?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
How many police officers were
I'll ask
I
you,
know.
because in your world, obviously, you deal with a lot of criminal offenses, and I mean, it's hard to watch
We have
because
this thing called the United States Constitution, and every state has a constitution. 2 separate constitutions we have, the federal and the state. A 4th Amendment protects against illegal searches and seizures, okay? You have a reasonable right to expect that you're going to be to your privacy, that nobody's going to come in and look at your stuff. And first of all, they've got nothing better to do than to pick on a poor cancer patient, you know, in a hospital yet. First of all, they had no search warrant. There could be an argument made, you know, there is no expectation of privacy because he's in a room where people are coming and going. They're going through his bags. They're going through his suit coat. They're opening things. They have no right to do that without a search warrant. However, I did read that he consented. You consent, then everything's off the table. You know, yes, you can search this bag. Yes, you can. Then they can.
let's just even theoretically say this is a stage 4 pancreatic cancer patient, and people know the very grim statistics. This is such a deadly disease, less than 3% survival after 5 years. Let's just say he had a joint in the backpack. It's hard for me to see this happen and take place because there are plenty of other things out there that deserve the attention of police officers. And I don't know what situation the police were put in here. But also, to me, how does the hospital deal with this? Because it seemed like a physician came in there and said, wait a minute, what are you all doing here?
I think she asked if they had probable cause.
She did.
So,
Yeah. And they needed a warrant. To get a warrant, you need probable cause. All they had was a phone call from somebody saying, I smelt it. Well, I walked through my hotel lobby and I smell it all day long. I walk down the streets of LA, Hollywood Boulevard, I smell it all day long, you know?
Yeah.
But to walk in and invade this man's privacy, that's
And what, but again, what would they do,
that's actually a really
Mary?
good point, because I do feel like he raised this Amendment 2 that was passed the preceding November in Missouri that was for allowing medical marijuana. So in this changing landscape where so many states are now passing marijuana regulations that have outstripped the ability of the state to even regulate them and who gets what, how is there even a case there? Like, how do you even adjudicate something like this?
They shouldn't even have responded. You know, and obviously they didn't find anything. They were looking for marijuana and they didn't find it. So there is no case. You know, the question is now, you know, sue them for invading your privacy. I mean, can you imagine being in a hospital room and having like the SWAT team come in looking for your marijuana? My marijuana? Really? You know, I could see if it was something bigger and better, like, you know, maybe he had heroin. I mean, that would be outrageous if he was having, you know, that in the hospital room. It's marijuana, and it is now legal in that state, is my understanding. Really?